vibes on it, everywhere I go. Let's kick it, girl, you my kitty dough. Take you places never been before. Don't worry, baby, let's take it slow. Hold my hand and get ready to go. Oh, girl, you're the captain, let me take you out. We be like Tom and Jerry, let's go round and round. Girl, don't be afraid to hold my hand. Yeah, you gon' be like Cassie, meow, meow, meow. Say you make my heart go boom, boom, pow. Marco, Polo, we up in the stars.
Like I still remember your heart out in my sleep. Close to you is girly. I dream of fantasy. To be loving you, baby. You say you love me, I sing your melody.
Kebanggaanku selalu amanahku selamanya Sarawakku. Rakyat bersatu padu, pemimpin mengambil tahu, menuju maju Sarawak maju. Kita anak Sarawak, sama-sama jaga Sarawak. Kita sayang Sarawak, sanggup berkorban untuk Sarawak. Oh ha, mari lakukan bersama. Darahku, sama-sama kita jaga Sarawak. Sarawak sayangku, kebanggaanku selalu, amanahku selamanya Sarawakku. Rakyat bersatu padu, pemimpin mengambil tahu, menuju mercu Sarawak maju. Kita anak Sarawak, sama belah nyingku Sarawak. Kita sayang ke Sarawak, sanggup bergadai datang ke Sarawak. Oh ha, mari lakukan bersama. Oh ha, membara di dalam jiwa. Inilah negeriku, tanah tumpah darahku, sama-sama kita jaga Sarawak. Sama-sama kita jaga Sarawak.
Hadirin dijemput duduk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sing Hui Hian, Timbalan Premier Sarawak, merangkap Menteri Kesihatan Awam, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan Sarawak. Yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng, Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan. Yang berbahagia Datuk Antonio Katigalis, Setiausaha Tetap Kementerian Kesihatan Awam, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan Sarawak. Yang berhormat Encik Wilfred Yausi, Ahli Undangan Negeri N12 Kota Sentosa. Yang berbahagia Tuan Haji Helmi Haji Osman, Timbalan Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan. Tuan Hajat Zainab binti Haji Mazami, Pemangku Setiausaha Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Ahli-ahli majlis, ketua-ketua bahagian MBKS, rakan-rakan media, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam Ibu Pertiwiku. Selamat datang ke Majlis Angkat Sumpah Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan, Timbalan Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan, dan ahli-ahli Majlis Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri, mohon izin memulakan upacara Angkat Sumpah. Untuk itu, majlis dimulakan dengan berjemput yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng untuk upacara lafaz akuan penerimaan lantikan sebagai Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan. Dipersilakan.
I, Wee Hong Seng, have been appointed Mayor of the City of Kuching South, hereby declare that I accept the said office and undertake to serve well and truly as a mayor and duly and faithfully fulfill the duties thereof.
Mohon yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng untuk terus berada di pentas utama untuk acara seterusnya. Untuk itu, majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sing Hui Hian, Timbalan Premier Sarawak, untuk menyerahkan kalung khas sebagai simbolik Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan. Dan yang diucapkan Ibu pun yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng dengan khas bagi menandatangani akuan penerimaan lantikan yang akan disaksikan oleh yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sing Hui Hian, Timbalan Premier Sarawak. Mohon kedua-dua yang berhormat Datuk Seri dan yang berbahagia berbandang untuk terus berada di meja khas untuk acara seterusnya. Baiklah hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, seterusnya sesi kedua angkat sumpah. Untuk itu kita persilakan yang berbahagia Tuan Haji Helmi Haji Osman ke pentas utama bagi upacara lafaz akuan penerimaan lantikan sebagai timbalan Datuk Padah Kuching Selatan, dan sejurus selepas itu ke meja khas bagi menandatangani akuan tersebut yang juga akan disaksikan oleh Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Puinian, Timbalan Primus Sarawak. Silakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I, Haji Helmi bin Haji Osman, having been appointed Deputy Mayor of the City of Kuching South, hereby declare that I accept the said office and undertake to serve well and truly as the Deputy Mayor and duly and faithfully fulfill the duties thereof.
Terima kasih diucapkan dijemput Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Padah dan Yang Berbahagia Timbalan Datuk Padah untuk kembali ke meja utama bagi acara seterusnya. Dipersilakan. Baiklah hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, sekarang kita kembali ke sesi ketiga angkat sumpah. Untuk itu, majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput Yang Berusaha Tuan Haji Abdul Badri bin Sahmat bagi mengetuai upacara lafaz akuan penerimaan lantikan sebagai Ahli Majlis Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Dipersilakan. Untuk itu, mohon semua Ahli Majlis dijemput berdiri.
We can be appointed as councillors of the Council of the City of Kuching South. Hereby declare that we accept the said office and undertake to serve well and truly as councillors and duly and faithfully fulfill the duties thereof.
Terima kasih Tuan Haji Abdul Badri bin Sahmat. Jadi dijemput untuk kembali ke tempat duduk. Ahli majlis yang lain dipersilakan duduk. Seterusnya dijemput ke semua ahli majlis untuk menandatangani akuan penerimaan lantikan sebagai ahli majlis yang juga akan disaksikan oleh Yang Berhormat Timbalan Primus Sarawak bersama-sama dengan Yang Berbahagia Datuk Padah Kuching Selatan.
Baiklah, terima kasih diucapkan kesemuanya ahli Majlis Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Maka dengan ini selesai sudah upacara lafaz akuan penerimaan lantikan dan menandatangani akuan penerimaan lantikan sebagai Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan, Timbalan Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan dan ahli-ahli Majlis Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Tahniah diucapkan. Baiklah hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, mari diteruskan pada petang ini dengan menjemput yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng, Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan untuk menyampaikan ucapan beliau dengan segala hormatnya. Dipersilakan.
Thank you, NC. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Deputy Premier and Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak, and Bahagia Dr. Antonio Katikalis, Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak, Yang berhormat Encik Berfediap, Tuan Haji Helmi bin Haji Uthman, our Deputy Mayor, Puan Haja Zainab binti Haji Zali, Acting City Secretary, fellow councillors, head of divisions, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, friends from the media, very good morning. Jalan-jalan di telang usang, sambil mencari daun raya. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri selalu berpesan, jangan tengok saja. My last 2.5 years as mayor have been such a tremendous privilege. They have come during a time of turmoil. I was first sworn in during the haze, and then shortly after came a global pandemic, earning me the nickname the Mayor of the Mask. But these are the time when the position of a mayor to become so important. It is in time of trouble when opportunity to serve the people becomes so meaningful. This is when we can truly make a difference to the community, and this is why it has been such a privilege and an honor. Over the last 2.5 years, MBKS have taken its service seriously. We found strength in solidarity. First, I would like to thank our Deputy Premier, our Deputy Mayor, councillors, Acting City Secretary, Head of Divisions, and all the staff of MBKS for standing by me through this time. When COVID-19 struck, we went down to the ground together. Everything was changing on a daily basis as the coronavirus spread and mutated. New SOPs were issued. We found new ways of working and new ways of socializing, all social distance. SDNC kept Sarawak consistently ahead of the curve with the intelligent local approach to lockdown and to new norm. The Sarawak government did everything they could to alleviate the suffering through BKSS, like suspension of license fees, food apps, and of course, provisions of information. But the pace of change was confusing for everyone. In many cases, it was up to the council staff to explain the changes. Even sometimes, we have to enforce them. MBKS team were out on the front lines every day. They keep the city running smooth behind the scene. They met with the people every day, putting their own health and the health of their family at risk. They make sure our markets and hawker centers run properly. They saw to hygiene, always happy to do so, and always very helpful. All this so the people of Kuching South could stay safe and remain healthy. The service have been immense, and I thank them for working by my side every day. Of course, I must also thank the people of Kuching South for their support through all your own struggles in sickness and financial adversity. You two come together in solidarity. Our iPeople community apps have given important information to the people through technology. So many of you understood the necessity of what was being implemented on a global scale. The good-natured acceptance of the constraint of your lives was truly an example of why Sarawak is the most amazing place on the planet, and Kuching, one of its greatest cities, maybe not in size, but in community spirit. It has been an honor to serve you. Now, we look to brighter and more uplifting times ahead. I hope, so far, I have helped to protect and also preserve. But looking forward, as I'm extended in my term as a mayor, I hope instead to help grow and expand. After 2 years behind the mask, we are turning our faces to the future. I must thank our Deputy Premier, and Muhammad Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, for putting his trust in me back then, and of course, renewing his trust in me today. As our focus shifts, his faith and I can be part of the city's rebuilding is unbelievable rewarding. His guidance and example have been invaluable, and first as a medical professional, and second as community leaders and my boss. Together, we are moving into a new era of the city. First, we are bringing back so much of what we lost in the last 2 years. Our markets are bustling once again. Our coffee shops are full. Our Kuching Festival is returning, bringing economic opportunity and creative to MBKS ground. Our staff are so excited to welcome all of you back through the festive gate to enjoy our amazing Kuching food from all over the 333 talented vendors. We are reviving one of our very important initiatives to support our environment, pushing out rice straw across the city to substitute for plastic. We started before the pandemic and so far have prevented more than 1.5 million straw from entering our landfills and our waterways. This is an example of our partnership. We continue great work with NGO like Naked Wonders and Warming Up, ensuring more sustainable practices to protect our incredible nature. Now we will expand our ban on the polystyrene and plastic throughout our markets and hawker centers, working together towards the goal of a better Sarawak for all. This partnership is an important part of expansion going forward. Early this year, we saw the opening of our new community area in Kenyalang Park. Our Deputy Premier and the Council came together with members of the communities, NGOs, creative collectives, and inspirational agencies to launch this new open space to meet and gather under a rainbow of light. This is our new way forward. After 2 years of social separation, we are connecting once again. Last month, we hosted the Gawai Dayak Bazaar in MBKS ground. Another example of our great city of unity as we were finally able to celebrate as a community after 2 years apart. This is how we will work for the future. In October last year, Kuching became the first city in Malaysia to designate in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network as a city of gastronomy. We have proven our solidarity in Sarawak, and now we are looking forward to connecting and cooperating with global network of 295 cities around the world. This is an amazing opportunity for the city for cooperations and knowledge exchange as we grow our creative economy to build a more sustainable city and state. Just last Wednesday, we saw 120 of our citizens committed to our gastronomic sector come to Dewan Masyarakat in MBKS, give up their own time and join our open forum. All three councils, MBKS, DBKU and MPP, from the Kuching area were represented, as well as the full range of Kuching creative and gastronomic communities. They share their ideas and effort to shape this program that will support the city as a whole. This is the model we will be working to. The Sarawak government, our esteemed Deputy Premier, the Council, and the people of Kuching coming together for the future of our city. I'm so proud to be given the chance to be part of that future. I cannot fully express my thanks to our Deputy Premier for extending my opportunity to serve, to MBKS staff, Deputy Mayor, all the councillors for continuing to support me, to the people of Kuching for your amazing community spirit. The future is bright. I'm looking forward to it. No longer the mayor of Mask, and I hope to be the mayor of teamwork, of solidarity, of city unity. Together we can, yes we can, because it is your city, my city, our city. Like I start with a pantun, so I end up with another pantun. Burung kenyalan mengipas sayang, meluncur atas batang rejang. Tugas gereja dibuat dengan senyap, ringan tulang, jangan tengok saja. Thank you.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada yang berbahagia dan kepada Kuching Selatan. Baiklah hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, seterusnya majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hieng, Timbalan Premier Sarawak, merangkap Menteri Kesihatan Awam, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan Sarawak untuk menyampaikan amanat beliau dengan segala hormatnya. Dipersilakan. Thank you very much, our MC. Yang berbahagia Datuk Anda, Datuk Hong Seng. Yang berbahagia Datuk Antonio Katis Galis, my Permanent Secretary of my Ministry of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak. Yang berhormat Encik Roflo Yap. Yang berbahagia Tuan Haji Hilmi bin Haji Osman, Deputy Mayor. Yang berbahagia Puan Haja Zainab binti Haji Mazari, Acting Council Secretary. Fellow councillors, Head of Divisions, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, a very good morning, a very good afternoon, and salam Sarawakku sayang. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mayor and MBKS for inviting me to witness the swearing in of all the councillors, the mayors and deputy mayors. And I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for renewing your commitment to serve MBKS, to serve the residents, to serve the people of Sarawak, and to take responsibility and not thinking that it's a low-paying jobs. I know that all of you don't get paid much, less than 1,500 a month, and the amount of work that you put in is much more valuable than the amount of money can appreciate. So on behalf of the Sarawak government, I want to congratulate all of you and thank you very much for taking out the responsibility and to do your task passionately for your city, my city, and our city, so that we make a difference to Kuching. In fact, I want to take this opportunity also to thank the MBKS for
and all the councillors for doing a tremendous job for COVID-19. Once in 100 years, we face this type of pandemic, we face this type of crisis. And I always said how good the community, how good the leadership is how good we survive the crisis, not during the ordinary time, not during a good time. During the ordinary time, during a good time, everyone is good. But during the crisis time, that is how we are great. And I want to congratulate MBKS and all the councillors for doing great job, extraordinary jobs during COVID-19. And that's how we together, each one of us play our part, playing our parts, doing our role. That's how we survived the last 2 years. And so the last 2 years during COVID-19, they are extraordinary in the sense that normally the people can't pay fines, but this is a time in which through all the local council, through MBKS, we give out financial assistance to all those who need. And that spirit of solidarity, that spirit of reaching out to each other is what makes a difference to the residents of Kuching to survive the pandemic. Local councils in Sarawak, we are very fortunate that our forefather has the vision that during the formation of Malaysia, we stand firm and we have autonomy. We're not answerable to the federal government. And we are different from the rest of Malaysia in the sense that local councils in Sarawak cover the whole Sarawak geography. And that's why certain councils, even though the population is so little, it's so tough because you still need to provide all the services. And for local councils, I understand there is tremendous challenges because you are one of the 3 tiers of government and you are the front lines. That's why all the residents, everybody always reach you for your services. Apart from municipal services such as grass cutting, street lighting. Unfortunately, street lighting is under the ACB, but they still bring the council and the potholes. And still, our people still didn't realize that potholes, right? Not all because of councils. Some are in Sarawak, some are JKR roads, state roads, some are federal roads, and councils roads. And all the councils are responsible for the councils roads, but all of you can go beyond that, and sometimes you represent JKR, and people complain to you. At least I salute you for doing your job. Instead of pushing around, say no, this is not my job. You take the insult, you take the complaints, you take the abuse on behalf of JKR, for the state roads and federal roads. But more importantly, you're in position to make policies. Apart from all these services, of course, position policies on some of the infrastructures, some of the activities, community activities, which is more important because the community activities is the soul of the city. And the infrastructure is very easy. Everybody can build. Just like everybody can build a heart center, but it's very hard to be a great heart center. Because you need the people, and you need the people to serve with patience, to serve with distinction, the skills, and so on. For Sarawak, I have asked YB Dr. Pangwan to undertake to review the whole of local council and the services, because the amount of money that we collected to run the councils is probably about only 1/3. So in Sarawak, we actually pay very little rate for all the services. Whatever that we collected, probably about maximum only 50% of how much we need to run the council. And if you compare the rate of assessments between what we pay in various parts of Sarawak compared with West Malaysia, then you understand how much Sarawak government actually subsidize. We will continue to do that through the smart re-engineering, through the smart reorganizations, and And we also realize that in recent years, because it's got so many projects right here, it got so many what I call RTP or the GPSYB, many of the councils are short of staffs, experienced staffs. So our permanent secretary together with Dr. Pangwan, we will review and try to find out how we can overcome some of this, because you cannot have so many projects and not enough staffs to do. For all the council staff, I want to thank all of you for coping with all the increases cases. And I also have made a major policy that all our council staff, I want to expose them to all the different areas, so that they all had the opportunity to experience not just the rural area, but also the urban area, and also to get promotion. Because we are no longer want to confine them to be just the minute that they join the council, you stay put there until you retire. That is basically not a good way for us. All these councillors and council staff, and we continue to provide all the training to set up the SOP, because all the integrity is very important for us to continue to serve the people better. For Sarawak government, we always look at MBKS, which is the largest local council in Sarawak out of 26. I want to congratulate MBKS for all the awards that you have been, all the initiatives that you have been doing resulted in all the awards that you have been winning. From the clean, always every time you said clean cities, MBKS always up there. And then for the UNESCO gastronomy, that is something which we are very proud that Sarawak, from the jungle of Borneo, we have our foods and all the other gastronomy to share with the rest of the world from the jungle of Borneo. This shows that you have gone beyond what you need to do, because that is not in the job description, I also admire all of you for taking the leadership about our environment sustainability. The no plastics and recycles. MBKS is doing recycling works. These are part of increasingly important of our Sarawak post-COVID development strategy of 2030, environmentally sustainable. And also for taking the leadership in your digital apps, such as the iPeople. Before digital roadmaps are being launched, they already had the iPeople. I urge all the residents to continue to download the apps. I just learned from this morning about Yayasan apps. Because I didn't know that in Yayasan there's so many, they spend 300 million a year on education, and so many different categories. And so all of you, please continue to download all these apps so that we can continue to, as a Sarawakian, as a resident of MBKS, continue to benefit from all these. So the leadership of the MBKS, for the councillor, for the mayor, for the councillors, the staff, are important for the remaining 25 councils in Sarawak, because you are the big brothers to continue. Apart from the hard ways, under our Premier Abanjo, as all of you have seen, he's talking about the master planner for Kuching. This is a hard way, the urban renewal. We need to continue to look at that. Even Singapore has gone through the urban renewal. They're no longer calling it a garden city. A garden city means you have concrete and you put gardens. Now Singapore is called city in nature. All the big drains, right, that they used to build, right, they knock it down now to make into a river. And for us, we all have river, we build into big concrete drains. So I'm not sure who is learning from who. So we better relook at all these city in nature, because as part of the these few days, all of you have noticed that our weather this year is getting very strange, I mean, the strong wind, the strong rains, the days in which, I mean, normally now we should not get so much rain, but it pour like nobody business, yeah. So these are part of global climate changes that we feel locally. And what you are doing, all the small things like the plastic, all the greening, all the preservation of the natures are important, not just for global climate changes, but it's important for us in our own local experience. So I always tell all the civil servants, tell all the councillors, we always want to be world class. You know, we dream big. Please dream big, right? But we must take small steps. And my small step is at least a Singapore standard first. You know, don't try to be world class standard. You know, I mean, I agree we must dream big, but let's take small steps. Singapore standard first. If we can match Singapore standard, then we go for world standard. You know? And that's what I told our civil servants all the time. That I aspire to be world class. You know? And the civil servants always want to be world class. Dream big, take small steps, scale up fast. You know, so we learn Singapore standard, then we scale up fast. Let's continue our spirit of unity for Kuching, and we are very proud of it. And I want all of you to continue to be proud that we are from Sarawak. And nowadays, if you don't believe me, if you find friends in West Malaysia, every time you say you're from Sarawak, they look at you, very differently, In the old days, you're from Sarawak, they say, oh, you're jungle. Now, they not only look at jungle, now even Singapore have to look at us, go back to nature. So not only that, more importantly, I just want to share with you that it's important for us to continue to do a good work. And even our recent trips in Singapore, the extraordinary reception, the one reception that we received from Singapore government is a testimonial that they look upon Sarawak with respect. In Singapore, we were received by 3 generations of Singapore government leadership. And I'm not sure you guys notice it or not, because our premier is supposed to write to just to courtesy call on the Prime Minister of Singapore to look at the sovereign fund, but instead, Singapore government organized for us to make the premier and the senior minister, who was the immediate past deputy premier, the deputy prime minister, the prime minister, the deputy prime minister, the immediate past deputy prime minister. These are one generation. The other generation is the newly appointed deputy prime minister, who has been earmarked to take over to become prime minister of Singapore. That's second generation. And the other generation is the third generation, the senior minister of state. I mean, not just a minister of state. This is a senior minister of state. These are the Singapore government leaders in the 40s. And we all had lunch. Of course, this is a tremendous privilege and honor to meet these 3 generations of Singapore leadership. And they're all different styles. You can tell the prime minister in that generation is different style. The next generation is the Minister of Finance, and the new Deputy Prime Minister is a different style, and those in the 40s are different style. And it is a tremendous respect and honor that Singapore government give it to us. And why they give it to us? Because we must make sure that we continue the GPS policy, continue to forward-looking, we continue to preserve our unity, and we continue to be that which make us proud to be Sarawakian. And proud, in order to do that, and we need each and every one of you to make sure that this, our city, your city, my city, is something that we can say with pride, not just a councillor or just 1,500 a month. Even the phone call, your telephone bill is more than that. Not just 1,500 a month, or not just it's a privilege, as I always said, that in which this opportunity for you to spot gold. You must have vision that this job is a golden opportunity. It's not a shining gold not like the maze. Like a maze, a shining gold, everybody will run away with it already. You just imagine that it's a wood or it's a rock, but you polish it, it's shining like a gold. And this is what we mean by able to have the opportunity and honor and privilege to serve. Likewise, I want all our citizens, our residents, to help us so that together we can make Kuching, our great city, because your city, my city, our city, depending on how you contribute, we contribute together. It's not just MBKS. We only together we can make it happen. So once again, congratulations and thank you very much to all of you for angkat sumpah lagi, renew your janji, and to all the staff, let's work together. Thank you very much and have a very good afternoon. Thank you.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri. Mohon Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri untuk terus berada di pentas utama. Sebagai tanda terima kasih atas kesudian Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri bersama-sama kita petang ini, dijemput Yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng untuk menyampaikan sedikit cenderung hati kepada Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri. Silakan. Terima kasih diucapkan. Seterusnya dijemput Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri, Yang berbahagia Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan, Yang berbahagia Timbalan Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan untuk terus berada di chamber ini untuk sidang media, dan dijemput semua ahli-ahli majlis untuk sesi bergambar di luar Council Chamber. Dipersilakan. Dengan ini maka berakhirlah sudah majlis angkat sumpah Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan, Timbalan Datuk Bandar Kuching Selatan dan ahli majlis Bandaraya Kuching Selatan. Di kesempatan ini, majlis merakamkan jutaan terima kasih atas kesudian Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. ShallWEETalk, Timbalan Premier Sarawak, untuk bersama-sama kita pada petang ini, dan mengucapkan sekali lagi selamat datang dan tahniah kepada Yang berbahagia Datuk Wee Hong Seng, Yang berbahagia Tuan Haji Helmi Haji Osman, dan semua ahli-ahli majlis Kuching Selatan atas pelantikan. Untuk itu saya akhiri dengan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera.
Ini con chị nó này
phải rời vào chạy. All right. Very good morning, all the friends from the media. First of all, I think we should have good news first, right? All right, I think this year we'll be having more funding coming because we have YB, for N12, right? N12. So in actual fact, we have having at least 5 meetings and of course 2 at the site. And if you have actually followed our program and our Facebook, you knew that there are already 2 projects kicked off. and of course there will be more coming in. I have to be very grateful for our YB that he have come in to look into and all the areas on resurfacing and all the infra, etc. and etc. So we also have sat down to identify the areas and locality so that we'll try to do it as soon as possible. So 2 is already done, more to come, and I think there'll be few more areas that was on the Stumping Baru area, the resettlement area. All of that will be covered from the 1st of August onwards. Yeah?
Yeah.
So of course, I think YB not only looking on the resurfacing, on all the other infrastructure, which of course a lot of resurfacing and all those, usually we have to review it after 5 years. So we'll be going through with that, and then for those residents on N12, you should be happy because you have YB that will be able to assist the council with more funding. Okay, so this is first thing. Now, second thing is our grass cutting. We know that I think we have received a complaint. Or I think these are the things that we don't want to hide. Let's be open about it. We have been receiving a lot of complaints this year. So, of course, on behalf of the council, we apologize for the matter. All right. And of course, we will do our best to improve the overall situation. At the moment, we are just trying to get all the contractors to get the job done. And of course, if you are not in the picture, we have in actual fact 18 zones with 12 contractors. Now, because why do you ask me why so many contractors? But this is because of after 2 years of pandemic, the recovery stage of the pandemic. So we have to distribute, the job to more contractors to benefit more people. But unfortunately, some of the performance are not up to our expectation or the standard. Okay, just to update everyone that we have 7 of the contractor. We have issued them warning letter, and the second warning letters for 2 contractors, meaning the third one they will be out of the job. All right, so we will terminate after the 3rd warning letter, and they will be blacklisted, and of course they will not be allowed to participate in future of our project for a few years. So be assured that the council is taking step, all right, so that we will try to do best that we can. We also have getting 3 mandals to monitor the people. Whoever lodge in the complaint and all that, the mandals will go in to do all the fact finding and get the things done. All right. So, any question?
How come no one had any questions? Okay.
Terminate for the grass cutting instead terminate for MBKS or terminate for the resident?
Sorry?
Terminate for the grass cutting.
Yes.
It is terminate under the MBKS or terminate for the UPK license?
We cannot terminate UPK license, but we will terminate their work, and then we will write to UPK to inform them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
not only that. I mean, I will ask our PS to look at how some of these are being what I call unsatisfactory contractors. I mean, first of all, Sarawak government we always want to help as many people as possible. Yeah, and you notice that that's why we share out with open tenders and so on. But lately, in the past, for us, right, we want to share out, we got no money, yeah. So we tengok saja. Now we got money, so we share out, we open tender. We got many. We also tengok saja because we got many projects sakit. We got many contractors who are sakit, yeah. And so for us in my ministry, I asked my PS to say that maybe we don't want to just a council terminate, they go to another council. And then we don't want to council terminate, then they go to DID. We should share as part of our Pingmi Abanjo's vision, having digitals and all digitals and so on, we should share all this information in our own internal sources, so that all the different agencies would know who are the bad contractors or who are not performing up to standards, so that yes, we will continue to give opportunity to good contractors. And sometimes it's very frustrating because nowadays, right, because of the RTP, the project, rural transformation project under the local YB, some of the tenders up to 1 million. But the worst is the contractors, instead of being feel that they have given the opportunity, they do not perform up to standards. So if you are good contractors, you have nothing to worry about. But if you are lousy contractors, we do not accept all this substandard work, and that's why, because why we do not accept, because the public will not accept, and then we should not accept also in the first place, because we want you to be so good that you can compete anywhere else in the world. And so internally, apart from we will set up all this data sharing, and so that not only grass cutting, because the contractors for drains for all those we will share across all our state government agency, so that they know that if one agency reported you, everybody knows about you. Anything else? If not, then thank you very much for all of you. Whatever I want to speak, right? Already in there.
Okay, just want to add up one more point. That for others YBs, okay, people representative, when you want to do any infra or anything, please contact the council, because you have to get the specification for us and all that. Make sure you follow all the things. Don't just do it and just go ahead and do it, because till the end of the day, you'll pass back the maintenance to the council. Now, if it's not built to our standard, how we are going to comply with all the maintenance part? So please don't do it with your own strength and all that. All right? Let us know. We will give you the spec. All right? So let's work together.
Can I say it?
Yes, yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
I'm staying in the one area. I realized that the Pelican, before the pandemic, they collected all the rubbish twice a week. Now, once a week. And then the residents in Timor-Leste started to throw their rubbish to the river. And then the river ada boya. Sure, they makan all the rubbish that are left in the river. So what do you think? And then one thing, Iwas Market open recently. There's all the rubbish bin that overflow. And then the parking space congestion cause a lot of trouble. So how do you settle?
Okay, I think on Trinican side, that's why I said we have all the apps and all that for you to come and get us, and there's a channel. But of course, if you have mentioned now, we will get with Trinican, because I think they should not cut down on the routine, that the schedule way to pick up their rubbish. They have to continue. If they're doing it twice a week, they have to do it twice a week. So on the IMAT new establishment there, in actual fact, we have received a complaint, all right, on the congestion of the overall area. So on the rubbish side and all that, we'll talk to the management, yeah, and of course on the parking lots and all that, because we cannot stop those the supermarket to be established there, because they are legally licensed, all right. So I think we will find a way how to make that flow more smooth. All right, because the way we look at it is, if we stop all the supermarket and all that in a certain area, and that building was there for quite a while, all right, have been there for quite a while, and then there are a lot of businesses that have changed hands in that area. So sometimes when you look at it, somehow the whole area suddenly have boomed up, all right. So the parking lots might not be sufficient. So I think the best thing is it's too late to create any new parking lots and all that, or multi-story and all that. That can come later. But I think the most important thing is make sure that we have a smooth flow, and make sure that there are no illegal parking, because a lot of traffic jam was caused by illegal parking. So we will work with the police and we'll look into that. All right. Thank you.
Park at the roadside.
Yeah, I know. That's why illegal parking. You see. So a lot of time. Just to give you one example. Even on Stotong Market, I don't understand. The first half an hour is free. Why are not them just drive in there and park there? Why do they have to be on the roadside? All right. So these are the things that, because you see, at this time we actually, it's not that we don't want to enforce, because if we go with the traffic police and all that, the summon is 300. You know. We kasihan people. We. All right, we will look into that. All right, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
And also, I mean, I just want to share that, I mean, all the municipal councils has been given the right by the Ministry of Transport to enforce the traffic, what do you call, whatever traffic offences, yeah, whatever traffic offences. So as a result, all the city halls and the municipal councils, I will ask all of them to set out a traffic wardens, so that this one, because in the past, right, all the council has no enforcement right on all these. And so during Dr. Sri Liao's Tiong Lai's time as a Minister of Transport, he actually given that, delegate that authority to the municipal and to city councils. And so, and it's important for all the city council and municipal council in Sarawak to set out their own traffic wardens, try to help to enforce some of these. We also appeal to the people of Sarawak. If we want to be, want to say, we look at Singapore, we look at them, wow, we want to be like Singapore standard. But our own behavior has to be Singapore standard also. You know, you cannot say, I want to be like Singapore, but our own behavior still jungle standard. And so let's work together. There are multiple angles we are going to come in. So in the past, often understandable that the traffic police are so busy that will not be able to provide the manpower. But once DBKU, one MBKS, once MPP have more enforcement training, and they are now legally empowered to compound all the traffic offences. You know, and once we compound the traffic offences, hopefully all these people is a carrot and a stick. A carrot is you got proper parking for free for half an hour, you know, and then the stick is we're going to fine you if you don't do it. Let's cooperate, let's work together, and let's truly make, we all want, I'm very sure every resident in Kuching want Kuching to be a world class, yeah, but want to be world class. But then all of us will have to make effort to be world class, not just the council, not just the enforcement, but all this. I also have asked ministry to look at, and the council to look at all the enforcement. We want them to have body cam, so that when they come to enforcement, it's all recorded to protect the enforcement officer, to protect the public also. And so this way, this way we can be, when anything happens, is something that we can look at, and not need to just handphone virus, yeah, and so that this is to protect the enforcement, protect the council, and protect the citizens and the residents of Sarawak. Okay, YB Wilfred want to say something?
Yeah, actually, as a newly elected YB, I would like to thank our Deputy Premier, because he has been very proactive and he has been assisting me from behind. And yesterday, I think I put it in my Facebook, there was no press because I don't really like to do this kind of live thing. But anyway, yesterday, we met up with the affected residents for a $10 million project for Tembatan Sungai Setakan. I don't think it has been reported. I would like to thank the Mayor, I would like to thank our Deputy Premier. It will be implemented by DID. Now, this particular project, Tembatan Sungai Setakan, is very important because it will alleviate and it will mitigate flooding. In fact, it might get rid of flash flooding because it will smoothen the water flow. So I'd like to thank our Deputy Premier for this particular project of 10 million. Not many people know about it, and that's the first of many to come. And as far as MBKS is concerned, I would also like to thank them because they have been very proactive in assisting to alleviate to settle the many problems. You must understand that Kota Sentosa N12 has not been under GPS hands for many years. In fact, more than 1 decade. So now that it is under GPS, it is my commitment, and with the assistance of MBKS, local council, and our deputy premier, I have full confidence that we will be able to settle all these problems one by one. I just would like to appeal to the public. You know, if they expect us to solve all the problems immediately, we are unable to do that. We need to settle the problems systematically, progressively. And as far as the funding is concerned, with the help of Deputy Premier, I'm sure we will be able to implement more Project Rakyats. So just bear with us. We are not gonna run away. Janji akan ditepati, but janji hanya dapat ditepati based progressively, based on the funding that we can get, and you know, we also need to be fair to the other GPS areas as well. So we are late. We are starting late. So, but we are trying to catch up. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you, Deputy Premier. Thank you, Mayor.
So don't forget, on the 22nd of July, you know, 22nd of July, Star Independence Day. Even though this time is the celebration down in Cebu, I want people in Sarawak or in any Sarawakian all over the world, please, the 22nd of July is a public holiday. If Adina is around, he will say it's not a public holiday for you to tidur saja. You know, I mean it's a public holiday for you to do something. And how do you do something? We celebrate in your own way, Sarawak way. It can be pocho. You can have your laksa, get your families and everybody together for laksa. You know, it's to celebrate Sarawak. And any Sarawakian, no matter where you are in the world, please don't forget 22nd of July. Even though you're outside Sarawak, you don't have public holidays, but if you're truly Sarawak, you make an effort to celebrate, yeah, and in your own ways, you know, and don't have to wait for the government to say, okay, here it is, you know, you truly celebrate in your own ways, and please, friends of Sarawak, please help us also, and 22nd of July is not just only started in 2016, so not many years, but let's build out that tradition. More importantly, let's build out that spirit of Sarawak independence. Yeah, there throughout the Sarawak by all those anak-anak Sarawak, by every anak-anak Sarawak and friends of Sarawak. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Sarawak. Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't know that Sarawak can like pocho.
Sounds very
There you are. Here is M&M. M&M.
No official.
Food has cut off when chemical.嗨，古晋市民，大家下午好啊。OK， 我是吴志威市议员这里。今天是我们好像说 Installation Day， 就讲说我们签署我们 Renewal 今天extend 半年的 Councillorship， 就市议员的 Reappointment。所以我们刚刚签好了我们的同意书。所以现在是午餐时间啦，因为市长现在还没有空，还在上面记者在interview 他，所以让我大概让他介绍一下我们市议会里面的市议员好不好？因为我相信市民们没有见过他们 ，OK？ 过来 ，OK， Councillor on live now, Mayor's live. So can you introduce yourself to the live?
All right, I'm Councillor Draman.
Councillor Draman.Councillor Iskandar.
Hi, Councillor Iskandar.
Councillor 连欢，我相信你们都见过了哦。然后这位我们大哥 Councillor Patrick.
Hello, I'm Councillor Patrick. I'm from SUMPAH Pending side.
OK， 我们过去另外一边。OK， Councillor Lee. Councillor You， 介绍一下自己。OK，Councillor You，Councillor Mok， 没有来。Councillor Mok 你们大家应该见过了哈。Councillor Lin 啊 ，Hello，Councillor Dong， ，Sorry，Councillor Patrick， 对不起，Councillor Dong， 就投资的时候，Jamaluddin， ，Councillor，Councillor，
Hello，Councillor Thai。Hello。
哦，还有另外坐。Councillor, this is on Mayor's live. So introduce yourself so that let the people, Kuching people know that who you are. Okay.
Lina, my name is Lina. I'm in Zone 4. Hi, I'm Councillor Lamanu Talin. I'm represent Zone 7, Zone 7.
I'm Councillor Sama Binti Gojeng. I'm representing Zone 4.
还有另外一座。Councillor, this is on Mayor's live. So I think the Kuching city never see you, right? So maybe introduce yourself to citizens, MBKS.
Yeah, I'm Councillor Sufyan. I'm from Pending area. Bye.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon. I'm Councillor Sabli Mincik. I'm from PBB and Limanol. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Councillor Wilfred, Zone 2. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Councillor Roslyn from Zone 4.
OK， 大致上这些都是我们的市议员啦，我相信市民们也是第一次见到他们。我们的美业还没有下来，不过我大概跟你们讲 ，OK， 古晋节的准备活动了到今天为止，我们的帐篷啦应该是已经 setting 好了 ，OK， 所以我们接下来要做的事情就是确保到时候的场地灯光会足够。所以当帐篷起完之后，我会再邀请几个考生了一起在晚上的时候，我们把所有的灯亮起来，然后我们要 make sure that 到时候的场地是亮的 ，OK。然后一些 infrastructure 我们也会陆陆续续的开始建起来了，然后那个 entrance art contractor 那个 contractor supplier 我们已经拍好了，也是开始筹备着 ，OK， 所以可能在1个星期后吧，多1个星期后，市民们如果经过民众会堂的时候，就可以看到筹备到差不多60-70%了吧，然后摊主们也可以陆陆续续的进来renovate 或者是装饰他们的摊位，然后有什么问题吗？是不是？
有什么比赛啊？需要应该会大家参加。
比赛的话，当然我们今年有个 e-sport，alright， 我们有 e-sport， 然后我们也是有一个CrossFit 将会在古晋节的最后一天，8月21号，然后他的 form 我们会把它。我们会写出去了，到时候我们会写出去，我们还在筹备中，然后希望你们参加，然后还有一系列的活动了，我们陆陆续续，我们到时候在每个星期6的 live 会跟大家一一汇报了，好，然后如果市民有什么问题的话，可以问，然后我希望我能够解答的话，我可以帮忙解答，好，
暂时是没有
什么哈。OK， 谢谢，
继任，
谢谢，对，好对，好他们看过MBKS 的地方吗？
就这样，大家现在都在吃什么？
我这些讲完了，应该是没有什么了，其他的就等市长了。我们等市长下来吧。
我知道。还是等一下等市长下来之后，我们再开播那一次哈，也可以。也是可以。就暂时就今天下午就到这里结束先。等一下再看。可以的话，我们再继续就是市长跟大家的这个对话，然后时间还未定，只是说大概就是可能大概2点多之后。
因为市长现在还在跟我们的副总理在他的会议厅里面开会，策划一些南市接下来所要做的事情，好，所以请大家见谅了，好。好来，谢谢你。OK， 拜拜，再见，拜拜。